Hey guys, so I'm out at the range today with my brand new Brownells BRN 180 upper. Just came in last night from Brownells. I swapped all the stuff from my normal AR, my M4, over to this. I've got my ELCAN, Midwest Industries flip up rear. I got a Midwest Industries flip up front, my Streamlight ProTac 2 with the Cloud Defense whatchamajig, pad clamp, whatever you want to call it, and my broom handle. 16-inch barrel. It may look funny because it's in this sand tan, this whitish sand tan. This is the base layer for the color I'm going to paint it later. And if any of you know this channel well enough, you'll know that it's most likely going to be a specific color. Well, I'm going to try and do this without being interrupted, hopefully. But first shots. Now, I was playing with it yesterday, right after I put it together. One thing I realized, people talk about the AK rack, but the little half dust cover gets in the way when you do an AK rack. You either have to hold it like that or hit it, let it go, and then fold back. So I was thinking about my immediate and remediate actions with this. Normally tap, rack, bang kind of deal. This would be tap. For me, I would roll over because I don't want to potentially have the issue of the dust cover getting in the way. So just an observation just from dry firing it and handling it yesterday. So first shots. See how it feels. I've never shot AR-18, AR-180. So see. I'm also sighting it in with my trusty sighting in tool. Doing a 50 yards out. It is low, so bring 1, 2, 3, 4 question mark. Ooh, I think that's pretty close. It's getting there. Hold on. 1, 2. And another thing. Okay, those were on top of each other. So, one in the chamber. Close this cover. Grab a few more bullets. So it is to the left, so I have to adjust it right. And it's still low a little bit because we want it to be dead on the cross, the 300 crosshair, the 3 crosshair. At 50 yards, we want it to be dead. So, all right, so we want up, do 2 more, and see if this will, 1, all right, to the right 3, let's see how this ends up. Oh yeah, the other thing. Ooh, that's getting there. Still a little low. Gotta bring it up. But it is 3. Do 4 this time. Fuck it. There we go. So I'm gonna 3 left. I'm gonna go out to the, so here on this range, 10, 25, 50, 75, 100, 152, and then the back berm is about 210, and there's a big 2x2 piece of like armored steel. That's why I like coming to this range, because once you get your 0, or once you're done with your close in shooting, 10 or 25 or even 50, then you can literally just have a target. It's a little bigger than a head. It's about torso if it was horizontal, but hear that? It's like fucking 8 inches of steel. 8 inches. It's awesome. All right, so we're on. Hold on, let me go back to 50. What was that, 3 rounds? So 50. So it's on. It's nice. The recoil impulse is nothing terrible, nothing crazy, nothing. It is interesting not to get the springy effect in the buttstock the way you do with an AR, but yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Put a bunch of rounds through it today here, and the great thing, hold open. I love that because the original one did. Oh, geez. So it may look like, oh, why do you have your stock collapsed? It's not collapsed all the way. It's one click out, because I've found with how the barrel and the receiver, because it's the piston system, it's kind of forward a little than where it would be right here, right? So where my optic is on this, my eye relief, it literally is perfect. One click in the shoulder and just right up on it. The eye relief is perfect. So yeah, the only issue is I may end up putting the buffer spring and the buffer weight back in the stock, because it is unbalanced, because literally it's nothing but just the lower and nothing in here, and it is a solid M-lock forend. So I may end up putting it to rebalance it, but front end's heavy. It's not as heavy as my AR, my full AR that I was carrying. So 50, let's do 1, 2, okay, cool. So those are like exactly where I want them. So 200. I like that. That's really nice. And this is cool. It's a cool setup. It really is. This is definitely... yeah, we're good to go. So yeah. Great. Gotta practice loading and reloading it, because without the frickin' charging handle, it is different. It is definitely different without the charging handle, but it's great. Yes, just wait for that paint job. I'm excited to do it. In, over. And the one other thing is, so I'm kind of like an autistic savant when it comes to getting shoulder, head. When it comes to like guns, like so, like I figured out I wanted this. So I did all the research. I read about it. I read about the AR-18, the AR-180. I watched, obviously, Larry Vicker's video, which was... Did he have the 18? I think he did, because it was full auto. It's dead on. Holy fuck. decided to. But ooh, before I forget, since we're done with this ELCAN, lock the elevation. Looks like someone's been shooting a lot at the center of that metal. One more, because it's got a hole in it. It didn't have a hole in it the last time I was here a few weeks ago on this range. Oh, it's a wind and weaponry lower, the same one. Yeah, the one thing, autistics about watching watching videos, reading about it, blah blah blah. One of the bigger complaints that I saw people have was that the charging handle was wobbly, but it's kind of supposed to be, because it comes out. You don't want tight tolerances. This is it's not loose tolerances, but it's a very simple system actually. Let's see, the paint will allow me. Right, literally. Boom. Those are the recoil springs. Pull this back to here. There's the charging handle. And there's your bolt assembly. It's fucking it. I love it. I really do. It's awesome. I love the bringing back. And it's got looser tolerances. It's supposed to fucking have looser tolerances. If you go watch, probably the only time you'll ever hear me say this, but I do watch in-range things every now and then, especially when I'm doing research on guns. Go watch the in-range mud test so Brownells does the BRN 180 upper and the BRN 180 lower. This is obviously the lower, the upper. The lower is an AR lower, but because there's no recoil spring, buffer tube, you can have a folding stock, a folding brace, whatever. It's basically it. Just to have the ability to fold stuff. So on in-range, they have the full BRN 180, the full rifle, pistol length, whatever you want to call it. This is just the upper, but I think that's really the only thing you're testing is the operating system, because it's a fire control group. It's just a normal AR fire control. That's right. Just a normal AR fire control group. See, I gotta just figure out and get used to a certain way. But yeah, the mud test, the in-range mud test. The in-range mud test. It's one of the more impressive mud tests they've done. It's throwing all my brass about 2 feet into my right. So it's pretty consistent too. It's nice. Right in the middle. Nice. Yeah, so it's I think it's absolutely incredible. I really do. I think it's, why have AR when you can have AR 180, AR 15, or an AR 10? I don't know. Direct impingement compared to this is just, I would let you the fucking in-range mud test shows one thing, but I'd like, because everybody with their ARs, we don't clean them as often as we should, or some guys, oh, I have 40,000 rounds to this, I haven't cleaned it. Like, okay, cool, yeah, it still runs. Wonder what this would be like though, because piston system like an AK. So could you do? Could you fucking? I hate this. I hate that. I get it, but I hate that. Last round. There you go, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on the first rounds out of my BRN 180. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna paint it later today. Y'all will see what it is. And I'm gonna probably put, here I got a couple more boxes in the car. I'm gonna do some standing, maybe some kneeling. Put about 100 rounds through it, 100 more. Maybe shoot a little tomorrow or Friday. And then I'm taking this with me up on my little mountain meetup this weekend. See how it goes. So, all right, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Go check out the BRN 180. Go watch all the videos on YouTube about it, and go check it out at Brownells, because something else. It's pretty slick. All right, thank you guys.